Hello guys, everybody. Don't mind me if I look disheveled. I have a kind of bad headache. It's Tuesday, July 9th. It is 4:18. You can see right there. Tuesday, July 9th, 4:18. I just got home from work a little bit ago. Yesterday I had worked 14 hours and 10 minutes. And then the only reason I'm doing this video, my room is a mess. Don't mind the mess. I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones. I've been trying to read the books recently. I had got the leather-bound one, George R.R. Martin. I'm only showing you this not to show off, not like, oh my god, I'm so proud of whatever. But a couple years back, I got the Harry Potter books I need as a Christmas gift, and I need to watch them. I need to read them because I know it was an expensive gift of like $200 or something. And anyway, the George R.R. Martin books, I think if you got the whole set, which I got the leather-bound ones, I think that runs for like $85 or something. But I think I got a sale or a cheaper price on Amazon. I believe it was like 35 or 40 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yada yada, so on and so forth. On my birthday, the end of April, my dad had got me this, my dad and Tina. This is Walter Foster, How to Draw Dragons books. I love anything dragon, medieval, Renaissance, I'm all about it. People who know me, I am in Western Pennsylvania. I'm in a town called Elwood. I used to work at Shakespeare's Castle, Shakespeare's restaurant and pub. It's a great big castle. All the decorations are imported from Spain. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. They have fancier cuisine. It's kind of meant to be like a 4-star restaurant where you're having fancy smancy entrees and XYZ. So anyways, I've always loved magic, witches and wizard, Harry Potter. My grandma Talon, when I was a young kid, she got me this book. This is Wizard Craft, but it really truly is arts and crafts. So there's astrology stuff on here, yada yada, so on and so forth. This is like a kid's book that I had when I was really little. And it stood the test of time. I kept it all these years. I used to do my YouTube channel all the time. I would do unboxings like when I would go shopping, just because that's what everybody always does. So here I have a book, and it says July 16 to 17 is Amazon Prime Day. This is a great big book. I don't know why people even do unboxings. I mean, I guess it's interesting, but people as a society or as a culture. Okay, here we go. Preface. So as I was saying, I have the Harry Potter books. I read 1 through 4 when I was young in school. I read them out of order. Like when I'm in elementary or middle school, because you had to go to the library, you had to borrow books, XYZ. I used to play video games. Even the video games have stuff that the films does not have. The books are always better than the films. And recently, I have told everybody about Game of Thrones. I was way late to getting introduced to Game of Thrones because I did not have HBO. My ex's sibling used to say, oh, you would love Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. It was the best thing on television, the best thing like HBO had ever done. I'm liking the book far better than the TV show because the TV show just can't keep everything in. They make changes, they don't do stuff right. It's the way of the world. I did get for Christmas a few years back the Game of Thrones whole entire complete box set of Blu-rays of the digital copies. I believe that was $200 at the time. I don't know what it is now. So anyway, I just found out recently. Okay, so this is a book. This is the big heavy book. This is Game of Thrones, the artwork. This is by something Riley. So this is, it says HBO on there. It says Riley on the spine. Here you have. Now there is a cellophane on here, and I am doing this video in the window. I'm doing this video very brief because I'm about to run out of natural light. But this is the collectible book of sorts. They have 3 books of this. I got mine on Amazon. When you buy books, you get points. A friend of mine just posted on Facebook, do people even still read books? I prefer books. I like the way that books smell. And I don't like staring at the screen of my cell phone or the TV screen or whatever for too long. Especially at nighttime. They say that emits rays, gamma rays, radiation, whatever. It keeps you up at night. So, I become a fan of Game of Thrones. I have a little bit of an obsession. I have wigs and Halloween costumes and all kind of stuff. I want to go to a Renaissance fair. This HBO book, Game of Thrones, I tell anybody, it was one of the best things that was ever on television. It had such great writing. The actors' performance and their portrayal was so freaking good. It was better than a soap opera. It's better than Harry Potter with Wingardium Transphobia. Okay, you catch my drift? She didn't need to make Albus Dumbledore gay to try to backpedal because her fan base turned on her because she said transphobic stuff. Anyways, Game of Thrones was adult. Harry Potter was kiddie and teenage, yada yada. Yeah, they got dark toward the end. Game of Thrones was and is the real deal Holyfield. Now, I'm doing this video. Game of Thrones is still popular because on HBO currently, on Max is House of the Dragon. You can get HBO Max for $9.99 a month if you don't mind watching ads, commercials. So those books, they do run about $50. The big book I just showed you, the Game of Thrones, the artwork. There's also a book about the photography, like the cinematics of it all, of the television show. And then there is another book about the costume and wardrobe. And that's the one that I'm most excited, looking forward to receiving. I believe that the woman in charge was named Michelle. Why do I want to say Perkins? That ain't right. Oh well. I know I'm going to get it wrong, but anyways, yes. My sister was very into Game of Thrones, and I believe her boyfriend. I told my mom to get into it. Me and my dad watched it all back in February, where he had a little bit of injury. Michelle, what is her name? She won an Emmy. Game of Thrones won the most Emmys ever. Michelle Clapton. Kind of like Eric Clapton, but now this is Michelle Clapton. So anyways, I just got home from work. I'm going to eat a few slices of pizza that my dad had in the refrigerator. I'm working a lot. Crazy, a lot of hours recently. I'm doing overtime. Yes, I want... Game of Thrones costuming is amazing. It won lots of Emmys. They wear leathers and furs and trench coats. And how me and my sister like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter or whatever. And my mom, when we were talking to her, we told her how good of a show it was because of the character development, because of the dynamic, the storyline, the drama, the gossip, all the... It is so cleverly written. The dialogue, the banter, the witty repartee. If you like stimulating conversation, it is a good show. And also Game of Thrones had the biggest cinematic reveals ever. The biggest spoilers, okay? Which I'm not going to say anything to spoil anything because I hate spoilers. That is the reason I waited so long to even watch the show, because I didn't want to get spoiled by accident when I knew that the season finales are really gag worthy. Yeah. It's just very good. It got me hooked. I have my Aragon book over there. That should have been a better film than it was. Sadly, Rotten Tomatoes, it bombed. I did just watch Dungeons & Dragons the other night with Tina and Dad, and that was a very good movie. Loved it. I want to get into Game of Thrones. Or Dungeons & Dragons, I mean. They have it at our mall, where there's a store called the Four Horsemen, and people go there and they play board games, and they have every board game you can imagine, from like The Last of Us to... I don't know, whatever. I forget the names of stuff. But they have people dress up and they do cosplay. And it's just so cool. Around this area, they have a big Renaissance thing at Cooper's Lake. So I'm hoping and praying I can make it over there sometime. I heard a crazy story that adults do crazy, wild stuff over there. Like swinger kind of stuff, and orgy kind of stuff, if you catch my drift. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Love you, love you, love you. Leave me a like or a comment. Oh, and I have this here. So this was in my little box. Oh my god. So this also came off of Amazon. This is a dragon of a bracelet. They sold this somewhere else and it was really, really expensive. And I didn't want to buy it because it was too expensive. Oh my goodness gracious God, this is the freaking coolest thing I've seen in a long time. Look how long my nails are. I know a certain somebody would want me to scratch the frick out of them with my nails. So I don't know how you work this, but I believe... Oh my Lanta. So you have to pry its mouth open and you stick the tail into the mouth. Out the mouth, out the mouth, out the mouth. This is so freaking cool, but I'm going to need to have somebody help me put it on. I'm a little bit of a struggle bus. If y'all don't know me, then y'all just don't know. So that was beautiful. That was Vinta, something something silver, made in China. And here is this as well. I'm going to get off this video. It's running too long. And these are little earrings. Aretes, pantallas. Where my bracelet is a pulsera. And these are little dragons as well. Where the head goes through the hole facing out you and the tail is in the back behind. Cool, cool, cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, leave me a comment. Bye. Love ya. Be nice. I hate negativity. I hate hate. Whoever, if you comment any freaking thing, if you're rude or you're nasty, I'm going to block you. Do yourself a favor, get off my channel. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Keep it pushing. Mary.